Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, A League of Inspirational Women. It's a pleasure to have you here. My name is Ikpeme-Mbakwem, and I started this channel to inspire women, right, like me, everyday women, on how we can actually weather the storm, that we face. And it's a channel that I believe that we should all tune into because we all need a different perspective in life, especially when we're facing struggles. I started a series called A Divorce, that's Divorced and Loving Life. Why did I start this? Because I'm divorced, right? And I've come across several women who are going through the same challenges that I went through. The divorced, separated, the widowed, they're also single mothers. And there's so many challenges that we face, right? And I just thought, you know what, Ivy, why don't you start, a series, just share, on how we can still be going through these challenges and love life. Because there's no reason why you're living and you're not loving life. And it can be done, so, and that's why I started this. I also wrote a book called A Bouquet From the Flames, and that was I published it in 2020, just after the COVID, and it just talks about how I was able to manage a separation, and myself during that time, so you can. I've shared the link in the description. You can purchase the book from Amazon, and there's also a Kindle version, for your reading pleasure. Okay, so the topic for today is called How to Get Back into Dating. Great. Now, last week I shared about it was the tips, the second part of how I journeyed into a healthy, collaborative parenting relationship. And it's so important, right, that we actually get to go through that journey. It's actually most important aside from your for your children. It's also very important for you to be in a really healthy, collaborative parenting relationship. And when I shared that, the last tip that I shared was on dating, that you should actually go start dating, because dating helps you, okay, to just get back into positive vibes. Just it also takes your mind off all the craziness that could be going on if your collaborative relationship, I mean parenting relationship, isn't going so well. But most important is good for you. Why? Because I don't believe that women should be alone. I believe that women should also find love after a broken relationship, because men do so. So why should women be disenfranchised? I don't think that's fair, right? So, but the thing is that society makes women feel that they should stay alone. Recently someone actually said, "Oh, that I don't think you're going to. I'm sure you're not thinking about getting married again." Right, because I'm 47, and I'm like, really? Why not? Am I going to live the rest of my life? I have so many years ahead of me, and by God's grace, and you're saying, am I going to live alone? No way, hell no, So I'm not going to want to spend all those years on my own, and that means I want to, go into dating, and I did go and start dating, right? And so I just want to share with you 7 things that I did, you know, on getting into dating. So the very first thing was my mindset. I had to work on my mind. Okay, so I didn't go into dating immediately because I needed to heal. The healing process is so important, and going into dating right after a broken relationship is not a good advice. It's not a good advice. You don't, you just have to. It's like a rebound, and it will hurt you more, and you will also hurt the other person. So it's important that you actually work on your mindset. So there's a lot of cleansing that you need to go through. You've got to liberate your mind. You have to open it, to the possibilities of actually, being, in a relationship, in a healthy one. So I also want to say that you must actually have started your healing journey, because you don't want to take your baggage into the new relationship, and you also do not want to go into a new relationship with toxic vibes, right? It's toxic mindset. So you need to work on yourself, and you also need to unstick yourself from the past, because you're now in the present and you're working towards a future, right? And you also want to meet somebody. So why? And that person had no, and I want to believe that that person had no play in your past relationship. So you don't want to take all that, baggage. Then you want your mind to be open to experience and, appreciate and embrace new experiences with, this new person that, you're going to be in a relationship with. Because this, I'm speaking positive now. So you need to work on yourself, okay? And um, also, you also need to begin to affirm yourself, because after a breakup, it's so easy for you to fall into that bucket, mindset that says you're not worthy to be loved again. So you have to work on your mind in terms of using affirmations, declarations over yourself. You have to believe that you're beautiful, that you're attractive, that you're lovable, okay, that you can also give love, you can receive love, and you can also give love back. So your mindset is so important, and that's why I'm dwelling on it, because it is the most important step, in this journey of going back into dating. So if you are not working on your mind, if you're going into a relationship with a mindset that isn't healed and isn't, open, isn't liberated from all the, norms, all the hurts from the past, and also all the dictates from society, right? Then there's really no point. You might as well just be alone. I just want that to sink in, all right? Because you what you think is what you will attract. And if you're coming from a failed relationship, you also want to be able to attract the right person. And so you need to be filled with that aura to attract positivity and a positive person into your life. So it starts with the mind. The mind attracts, right? Like minds attract. Someone said that, and I'm really, and even as I'm speaking, and I'm thinking that is so true. Like minds attract. So after you have done that, the second thing is make a list of what you want in a man. This time make a real list, right? A realistic list. So before, I know, for me, tall, dark, handsome, and all this stuff. But now you've been married, you've been there, or you've been dating someone and it's broken, and so you're now a baby mama. But the thing is, you also know what you don't want. Okay, you've had time to be able to process that. If you haven't processed it, then do. But it's so important that you write that list, right? So you're writing what you want in a man. You're doing your deep thoughts. You're going to deep reflection, into deep meditation and thinking, what do I want in a man this time? Right? For me, I'm divorced, right? So I wanted to meet someone who was divorced as well, because he's also been through, a marital relationship. And I also wanted someone that had kids, because I have just one kid, so I wanted someone that had kids as well. I also wanted someone who would make my needs his needs, right? And so these were things that I was putting on my list, right? I wanted someone who was mature. I wanted a good communicator, because communication is so important in a relationship. For me, communication is really key, right? And so I had I'm not going to share my, this bit. I'm trying to tell you the kind of things that I shared. So before, my list was tall, dark, and handsome. Now, the height was not really a priority for me, but of course, I didn't want someone who was shorter than me, right? So yeah, but before, the guy had to be taller, like, so, when you're making your list, you need to look at yourself, look at what's important and what would make you happy, right? And everything. And so that's the second one. So the third thing is, after you have looked at your list, right, you're asking yourself, these things that are on this list, right, Am I those things as well? Because if you're saying you want a good communicator, are you a good communicator? If you're saying you want someone who's kind, are you kind? If you're saying you want someone who can make his needs your needs, can you also be there for that person, for that other person? So these are the things you need to ask yourself. So when you look at your list, you ask yourself, can I, on this list, what are these things? And I have to add here that, so when you make your list, if you have 10 things on that list, it's important for you to understand what the deal breakers are on that list, right? Because someone doesn't come complete with all those things. So what are the priorities? What are the most important things on that list, right? And then you can take. So if it's 10 things you have on your list, does the person meet 5, 6, or 7? It can't be 10. All right, but that's so because we are being realistic. Because if you look at that list, even you do not meet the 10 things on that list, right? So you need to be true to yourself. You also need to be realistic, all right? And you also have to um, make allowances in life, all right? Because nobody comes perfect. Perfection is a myth. Yeah. And then the fourth thing is, so after you've looked at that list and you've asked yourself, okay, so what are these areas that I'm saying are important in the guide? Do I have them? And you realize, okay, I'm lacking in some of these areas. The fourth thing is for you to build yourself up. Build yourself up. You need to grow yourself. Yes, you have to know yourself to grow yourself. Okay, so you now know, okay, these are the things that I don't have, and I need to have them, because you can't give what you don't have. And so the most important thing is that you need to start working on yourself. You work on the inside. Okay, so where do you need? Do you need a mentor? Do you need a coach? It's so important. As you move, as you progress in life, it's important that you get a coach. Do you need to read self-help books? Do you need to be a part of a group of you know women who are growing themselves? Because it's so important. You can't grow yourself alone. You need to do that in the company of people. So who are your circle of influence? Are they people who you aspire to be like? All right. Are they positive? Do they add value to you when you are spending time with them? It's key, right? And can you have honest conversations with them, and share your weaknesses, areas that you want to grow, because you need to get other perspectives that would help you to grow. All right. I know a lot of women shy away from spending time with other women, but I had no problem with that, because I love to grow people, and I'm very confident in my own skin, right? And even when I'm afraid, I'm someone who does things afraid, because people. I mean, it's natural for you to be afraid, shy to to share your weaknesses and all, because of fear of being judged. But you see, you just have to take that step. The highest anybody can ever do is to judge you, right? But then again, just judge me and I'll move on, right? But you need to actually face your fears, right? And be able to talk, to speak, to someone, so you assess your environment, assess the people around, and then you need to get, just select someone, decide on who you want to talk to speak to about your weaknesses, and and ask for help, seek help through coaching and through mentoring, so, or even through therapy, depending on what you've been through. But please, you know develop yourself, grow yourself. Yes, build yourself up from inside. Now the fifth one, after you have worked on the inside, or while you're still working on the inside, because you can do that, simultaneously, the next thing is to work on your looks, on your outside. Because you can't say you want to go into a relationship, or you want to start dating, and you are not even working on yourself. She said looking good is good business, right? People, men are visual. That's the truth. I can't even lie about that, right? And I'm not going to shy away from it. Men are visual. So women, you need to work on yourself, work on your looks. So if work on everything. So you're working on the inside, but you have to work on the outside. Take care of yourself, your hair, your makeup, your dressing. You understand? You need to work on yourself. You need to spend time doing that. Yes, you need to spend time doing that, working on yourself, because Really, you want to be able to attract, a good, if you're saying you want someone who's good looking, right? Do you think a good looking guy will be attracted to someone who's not good looking? And it's not just about beauty, because I know we put beauty in a box, right? But it's the whole package. Work on your packaging, right? It's a packaging. So work on your packaging. It's so important that you work on your packaging. um and while you're working on your packaging and you're working on the inside, right? Believe me, as you work on the inside, you also work on, you know your communication, because you want to be able to speak right when you're with someone, so you're yourself, but you're an enhanced, a version 2.2 of you. There's nothing as beautiful as an improved version. Yeah, so it works both ways, okay? Work on the inside and work on the outside. Take care of your hair. If you're into nails, do your nails. Just dress up. Just pick your clothes. Be intentional about your looks, about how you dress, about how you put on your makeup. I'm a natural hair woman, right? I love natural hair. Yeah, I started this journey in 2015, and I haven't looked back. And now, um, my hair is locked because this is what I like. But I'm comfortable in with my hair, and I make sure I take care of it, right? So take care of yourself. Your hygiene is so important. You can't mess with that. Yeah, no skimping, ladies. Work on the outside as well. And then the sixth one I want to share is put yourself out there. Okay, you're not going to meet somebody in your house. I'm sorry, a lot of women just stay at home, and I'm like, hell, why? Lady, come out, be seen. If you were on the shelf and someone bought you and took you back home, and they put you back on and you're keeping you at home, who's going to see you? You need to get back on that shelf, right, where somebody can see you, to be able to admire you and want to purchase you, so to speak. So you need to go back, on the shelf. So put yourself out there. Go out. Spend time with friends, and also tell. I know we feel ashamed, sometimes shy to admit that you want to meet someone, but you can tell your friends. I tell my friends that I let them know that when I wanted to go back into dating, I was ready. And I had said I wanted to go back into dating. Like, if you guys know someone, a nice brother who's out there, let me know. Hook us up, right? But of course, your friends also know your preference. So you've got to say that. But it's important that you also tell, people that that you're looking. And then also, dating apps. So I met my a boyfriend on a dating app. So you can also, I'm adventurous, right? So I actually tried it out. And at first I was afraid to just go on, but I had to summon the courage to actually do so. So are you putting yourself out there, so you can put yourself out there, by speaking to someone to introduce you, or your friends to introduce you? You can put yourself out there on the dating app. All right, so we can go into that detail later, but really it works. It really works. Remember, ladies, have an open mind. And then finally, I have to say, enjoy yourself. That is the final one. So you're not rushing into a relationship, which is what I have to say that's so important. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to enjoy the process of dating, of going out. So that means that you don't have to just go on dates with one person. You're exploring. So I'm not asking that you sleep with any guy going to sex. No, please, because I know women have needs. But what I'm saying is that explore, enjoy the process of dating, of being taken out, of dressing up, of being admired, of being told you're beautiful, of receiving flowers. I did that, and it was nice. It was really nice. Of being valued, of being, on the phone and just, planning, with the guy, to go on dates, if eating is something that you guys like, then you guys are exploring, restaurants. But what I'm trying to say is that enjoy it, have fun. Have no expectations for dating and a relationship at the end. Just have fun, okay? Just have fun. Okay, so that's the end of my share today. So if you have any questions, of course, the comment box is there. I'd like to hear from you. If there are other ideas, like you can share on how to get back into dating after being divorced, or widow, or if you're widow, or if you're a single mama, please just share. All right, okay, so thank you so much. Please remember to share this. I know there are a lot of women out there who would who would like to hear this, who need this information, because I don't think it's the end of the world after all these things have happened to you. And I know there are a lot of women who are depressed out there, because they feel, oh, no one is chasing me, or no one is coming after me, no one is interested in me, no one is even, paying me a compliment. There's reasons why. And it starts with you, okay? It starts with you. You've got to own it, and then you have to work on it. So please share this, share my channel with them, okay? And just be inspired. All right, so thank you so much for listening. And I don't know what I'm going to share with you guys next week, but I will share something. Okay, so have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you.